Norway is an absolutely amazing place, and I think it's high on my list of places that I love to go. I've been there twice now. Everything about it is amazing, and it's so much fun. It feels like a land of adventure. I know that sounds really cliche. We are on an island in the North Sea, south of Norway, southern end of Norway, drinking Nescafe.
Sponsor us.
Making stuff and loving life. Kayaks. Filming. It's right there. More gear. Droning. This is pretty dope. Sam and I went to Norway with no real intentions of filming anything specifically. It was more of a trip to just go to Norway, have fun, you know, just relax by the sea, which it was. And in that course of time, we wanted to shoot a lot of things, you know, wanted to shoot stuff of us kayaking out to the islands. We were gonna camp out on an island in the sea, just having fun.
The thing about this trip, I think we both really needed it. Sometimes you need to go away. I needed a rest. Jordan and I, we take a break. We pause. We hit pause on life.
The trip overall was awesome. There were a few things that kind of put a damper on our trip, kind of made our trip less than perfect. It was still awesome, and if you look at the footage, it looks like it was awesome, and it was. Something that I love about Norway is that the quality of life is just higher. You can just tell that the people enjoy life. The entire culture they're very friendly. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of tension in their culture. Whereas, you know, here in America, it feels like there's a lot of tension in our culture. But you go to Norway and it feels so laid back and everyone is friendly. Most of the people speak English, so it's easy to communicate. On top of that, the landscape is just amazing. It's beautiful. And we went to the south end of Norway, to the city of Kristiansand, where we flew in from Amsterdam and then drove to an island called Flekkerøy, which is southwest of the city, and just a beautiful place, you know, small islands everywhere, lighthouses, fishing cabins. We stayed at one of my friend's fishing cottages right on the water. I had met him a few years before, and I met him and he said, hey, anytime you're in Norway, hit me up. I got a place for you. So I actually took him up on that, and because the first time we went there, I just fell in love with it. It's just this rustic little cabin right on the waterfront. They have kayaks, they have fishing boats. Norway has what they call right to roam, which means that you can basically camp anywhere. There's definitely some restrictions, of course, you know, as anywhere, you need to be respectful, but you can basically camp anywhere. So our plan was to camp out on an island in the North Sea. Unfortunately, that never happened. We got some cool tent shots, but we decided we'd prefer to stay in the cottage. So we had a ton of fun. We kayaked around a lot. Some of the things that did not go well, we were kayaking, actually coming back from a few hours of kayaking, got to the cottage. I'm pulling the kayak out of the water, and somehow my non-waterproof iPhone slipped out of my back pocket and into the sea, which was very early on in the trip, and that kind of made the rest of the trip hard for navigational purposes and communications purposes. We also almost lost Sam's drone. He had just gotten a Mavic Pro, and we're flying it around. The island's not too big. It's well within the range of the drone.
So one evening, as the sun was setting, I decided to take my drone up to the stratosphere, up so high from macro view, and oh my goodness, the picture is, when you don't play it safe, when you risk, there is pain. There is always pain, and this is something I soon realized, maybe like 30 seconds after I took the shot. The drone, it kept drifting.
Sam was flying it just over a hill out in front of us, about a half mile in front of us. Flew it over a hill, and of course we're right on the ocean front, and so there's a lot of wind always, and you get up a little bit higher and there's more wind. The wind caught it and started to take it inland and out of range, over the hills, out of range of where we were at, and so it was just below the crest of the hill from our viewpoint, so we lost visual sight of it. And he's watching on the screen, and it just is going, and he's trying to pull it back as hard as he can.
I adjusted accordingly and whatnot, but I still couldn't bring it back to its original position. And as soon as I was done shooting, I tried to bring it back from all the way up there, and it kept going backwards. And that's when it kind of hit me. Oh no. Oh no. I might lose this. Slowly but surely, it finally comes back. It barely makes it. You do what it takes to get the shot. You do whatever it takes. You get that B-roll. You have to go and build a story. That doesn't happen by playing it safe.
Definitely had a lot of fun though. It was a really fun trip. I would absolutely go again. I'm looking forward to the next time I get to visit Norway because it's a stunning place. The people are amazing and the food's amazing. There's plenty of adventure to be had in Norway.
Yeah, and I still remember the cabin just coming up from the horizon over these hills. I remember just having this wave of just like peace. Like even just looking at the neighborhood, even looking around the surrounding area, I felt rested. I thought to myself, this is gonna be a good week. Sam, you deserve this. Yeah, it was a great trip. Oh my gosh, like something that I learned through Jordan is that sometimes you gotta risk it. You gotta go for it because the shot itself, it's incredible.
Overall, this wasn't necessarily a failed adventure, apart from the fact that we didn't actually come away with anything solid that we really wanted to piece together. I have a collection of those images and those shots on my YouTube channel. So this wasn't necessarily a failed adventure, but it was definitely a learning adventure where, we realized how much work it is to take our gear, pack it up in our dry bags, put it on the kayak, go out to an island, set up camp, eat, do all of this work while getting the shots, while running our drones overhead. It's just a lot of work, and we didn't get necessarily what we wanted. We had a great time. And so this wasn't a failed adventure, it was definitely a learning adventure.